Oh man, I go live and I get the fuzzies. Isn't that something? All right. Well, we're going to fix that here. Just a minute. I think that'll work there. All right, we're live and I have one guest. I want to welcome you from around the world, wherever you might find yourself right now. I am Santos Jr., the world's #1 problem gambling interventionist. Gambling is a lie. Yes, it is. What do I name this program? Mind optimization, philosophy uplift, kill the gamble desire. Rawr. Solutions and a answer for you. We're going to be here for about 30 minutes or so, 45 minutes. Temperature is really wonderful out here in Stockton, California, roughly about 80 degrees. A little bit foggy out there. The fires are still roaring somewhere out there. But the fire needs to roar inside of our hearts today. So we're going to get started on this 30 to 45 minutes. Get in, strap your seatbelt in, lock the door, make sure your seatbelt is in place. Let's go for a ride. I want to be your hero. All right. That's a wonderful music there in the background. Let me turn that down so it doesn't override my voice. And I did believe that we fixed the a little bit there. So welcome, Nick. Welcome, Jim. Welcome. We're live. I believe I don't know. Facebook has shown me no love at all. I just feel really saddened in my spirit. I feel kind of broken down. Facebook has wounded me. You know what I mean? Anyhow, I'm just doing my best to reach out to people. Time's going to go by very quickly here. So this is solution and a answer for you. If we can dig it up, if we can find one, let's interact. I'm going to be sharing here just a minute, a little story that really relates to our present day time. It's about these guys. One of them, his name is Shadrach. The other one is Meshach. And the other one is Abednego. Now, of course, I heard this at a church one time, this story from the book of Daniel, chapter 3. I'm not going to read all the verses, but I'm going to touch on a few verses because I believe it is very relevant to what's happening to you and I today. The church minister said the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and a bad Negro. That's what he said, but I didn't find that too amusing because the guy's name is Abednego. Anyway, we're going to get into that here in just a few minutes. I welcome those of you that want to interact with me, those of you that find me funny, those of you that find me for real. Not motivational, not inspirational. I really don't want to be, honestly, I don't want to be just inspirational or motivational, even though I believe I am just a little bit. I want to help people take action. That's the goal, man, right? If I can get you to take action on what it is that you need to do, I did my job. All right, Jim, welcome. Nick, welcome. We're going to be reading here in just a moment, unless I get a question. But I'm going to be reading here. In fact, let me get into this because the broadcast, we're already 4 minutes into the broadcast. And again, I might get some viewers from Facebook. Shout out to Facebook there. Take a couple of deep breaths with me if you'd like. By the way, man, this thing is really, let me get rid of this thing here. I might be reading from this in a little bit, just a little bit, okay? Got to get Santos, got to get organized. I know. Don't bust my chops, man. I just got started from a long vacation. Anyhow, I think we're doing pretty good so far. By the way, happy Sunday evening to all of you guys. Gambling is a lie. Sometimes I forget to say this, so please forgive me. But gambling is a lie. Lie, okay? Gambling is a lie. Lie. Any form of gambling. Shout out to Rich, man. Thank you for the contribution, Rich and Jim and Nick. You guys have contributed to this mission. I appreciate all of you guys. I hope that you walk away with something tonight on this broadcast that will make you stronger. Right? Let's get into this. No trolls tonight. I don't know. They might show up on my live feed. They may. The trolls may show up. I'm still getting a little bit of fuzzy in the background. It's all right. We're going to work through this. All right. Let's get into this. Today's proverb. By the way, I want to thank you for being a community member. I want to thank you for caring and sharing. Those of you that are part of this mission, Soldiers of Self-Mastery mission. Reach 100 soldiers before I pass and go into the death realm, the world of the dead, right? Rest in peace wherever you go. Just 100 soldiers, just like me out there on the airwaves, preaching Soldiers of Self-Mastery, preaching this philosophy. Mind, mouth, power, congruency. What's it about, Santos? Well, it's about peace, right? It's about bringing peace into your mind so that your body will take positive action towards the goal of your choice. The goal of your choice, not mine, not Facebook, not dad, not your sister, not your brother, not Kim, not Joe, not Jack. Your goal. That's what's important to you. Your goal. Period. I call it living free. Living MMPC, my friend. Mind, mouth, power, congruency. Now, here's just an interesting story, unless I get a question. If you want to stop the broadcast, ask me a question. Challenge me, if you will. I'm going through shit, boat, just like you are, right? We're all going through. And by the way, a police officer doesn't have to have his act together to go out and serve his community. He should, mentally he should. But police officers, doctors, lawyers, clergy people, teachers, they all have problems, but they go out, right? We still get on the airwaves and we still try to throw a rope. Help. Grace is on the way, man. Grab a hold of it. By the way, please forgive me. Sometimes I forget to say this. Gambling is a lie. Any form of gambling. Slot winner, good night. I have your words in my mind, Jim. Trying to continue focus. Cause gambling is a lie. There you go. Thank you for reminding me, slot winner. Is existence found only in the mind? If so, can we control what is real in our lives? Can we control what is real? What is real? The master above knows what's real. Sometimes I wonder if we really know what's real. But check this out, my friends. Are we not reading? I'm telling you, we're living in a very unusual day today. But let me share something that happened to a group of guys. I believe they were guys. This was back in Daniel's time. So the king, right? His name was Nebuchadnezzar. What a name, right? Might have been what is it? Aramaic. Well, I'm not going to get into. So the king made an image of gold whose height was 60 cubits and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. Then the king sent together all the princes and all the governors and all the captains and judges and the treasurers and the counselors and the sheriffs and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebu the king had set up. So he goes on to talk about this thing, right? Listen to this, my friends. We need to really pay attention to what the proverb is saying to us, because it sounds very familiar to what's happening today. So to make the long story a little bit shorter, he says, at what time you hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harps, the sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, you fall down and worship. You fall down and worship. Get down and worship these things that I'm putting out there. The king says, he says, when you hear these things, this is a command. Whoa. Are we kind of hearing something coming from somewhere today that's kind of causing us to really cognitive dissonance, if you will? Bow down and worship. Are we hearing something? So he says, this is something the king has set up, right? This is the law. This is the decree. But then he goes on to say, whoso falleth not down and worshipeth the same hour will be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. You're going to pay a price somewhere. You're going to pay a price if you don't listen. Listen, if you don't bow down, and if you don't worship, if you don't pay attention to what we're telling you to do, you're going to be thrown in the fiery furnace, he says. So apparently there was everybody that was following the rules, right? Everybody that at that time, but there just so happened to be these three people, these three individuals. Oh, they were hated. Somebody didn't like these guys. Hey, there's a lot going on in our world today. There's a lot of propaganda that's being shoved down the airwaves, down the news programming. It's propaganda. And they're telling you and I that we need to bow down. Even the casinos, right? If you've been playing in the casinos long enough, you can hear their voice too in the background, unless you're hearing my voice, which, pardon me, forgive me for saying this, sometimes I forget. Gambling is a lie. Gambling is a lie. If you get anything out of this broadcast tonight, you're going to walk away with the ring in your ear and your subconscious, 95% of your brain, 95-pounder here, 95% of your brain is this. Gambling is a lie, any form of gambling. So these guys, man, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were workers there in the kingdom. They worked, they did their job, and they were really faithful. They had some integrity. They had the integrity, right? They lived, they were righteous people, man. Were they sinners? Yes, they were sinners. Did they make mistakes? Of course they did. But they wouldn't bow. They just wouldn't give in. And guess what happened? There are certain Jews so there was a report, right? These guys were talking, man. They're talking at the job site. They're talking on the airwaves. They're on YouTube, man. You know, they're on their Facebook. They're talking all kinds of stuff. Hey, these guys, there are certain Jews of thou that you have set over the affairs of the province of Babylon. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, they've not regarded thee. They don't serve your gods. They don't worship the golden image which you had set up. They're not doing it. Oh, but the king was bothered because he knew that these guys there was something about these guys. They weren't like the rest of the other people. Well, sadly, my friend, listen, this is how they answered. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. In our hearts, we're not bowing. It's not about the physical. It's about what's in our hearts, the values and the principles and the scruples that we're holding on to. We ain't bowing. We ain't bowing. I ain't getting that injection. I'm not getting that injection. I ain't getting it. I ain't getting that one. I've already been vaccinated. Me personally, I was vaccinated by machines. They were this big, these big old honking machines. I remember like aluminum. Either that or my mind is exaggerating here when I was in the military. They must have shot me up with COVID and all kinds of stuff. I ain't taking it anymore. Anyways, here it is. What happened to these guys, man? They heated up the furnace. Remember I said they turned up the fire. They're going to be thrown into the fire. They heated up the fire 7 times hotter, man. And the people that the king was troubled because he didn't want to do this to these wonderful guys. These were workers, man. These were healthy minds. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent and the furnace exceeding hot, the flames were overwhelming there. The fire slew the men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The flame consumed the guards, number one, and then sometime later, the 3 men they fell down, bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. And the king was astonished because he looked in haste and spake, and he said, who are these dancing in the middle of the fire? They were dancing. Now, of course, this is the proverb. I'm not going to debate whether this is whatever. You wouldn't believe this or not. I believe it's accurate. But I believe that's painting a picture towards today. The fear-mongering, the death, the propaganda that is being broadcasted, the fake gambling, all this stuff, all these allurements, the facade, the smoke and mirrors. By the way, gambling is a lie. I apologize if I forgot to say it. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Gambling is a lie. All of these things, who's going to bow down to this stuff? Now, we may be bowing down to something right now, but you're gonna see it, right? We got to recognize it. Doesn't it sound right? The sound of instruments, propaganda, fears and deaths, COVID-19. And then on the other side, we're hearing the propaganda of, hey, wait a minute. There's something about this COVID-19 that's like hocus pocus, kind of funny stuff going on. We need to investigate it. No. We're going to shut them down. Can't have that kind of stuff going on. I tell you, there's 2 kingdoms at war, my friends. You must know where you stand today. You must know what your values are. We are 17 minutes into the program. You must know where you stand today. You must know what your values are. You must know what your scruples are. You better build on them. Never mind Santos. Never mind Santos. Never mind somebody else. Never mind them. You individually. What's my job? Bring peace into your life. Why? Why do I want to bring peace in? Because if I can bring peace into your life, you'll take action. Right? You'll take action towards my goals. No. You'll take action towards your goals. What's it good for you to kind of do my goals? What does that matter for you to do my goals? You could care less about my goals. All right, let me see if I can get a couple of some answers here. I preached for a little bit here. We've got a few people that have joined in. Hey, Laura, welcome. I went to casino on 19th. I regret it so much. Yeah. The biggest winner is the biggest loser, right? We got to win. We got to lose to win. You got to lose to win. In fact, the proverb reads that these guys weren't willing to give in. Jesus the Christ, he says that unless you're willing to lose your life, you will never find it. Unless you're willing to lose your life, you will never find it. I like to refer to myself today as the dead man alive. Because I realize, you know what, if I consider myself a dead man, which is what my hero says to me, you know, I'm crucified with Christ, nevertheless I live. It's the life that I now live is through the Son of God. So I figure if I'm dead, I can't really be hurt. Now, will people try to do things to us? Of course, right? Will people try to do things to you? Like the snake, right? The rattler. Ooh, be careful. Be careful, right? There's rattlers out there. Cobras. Sometimes you can hear them. They get real close. The battlefield is in the mind. What am I talking about? I'm talking about living free, living MPC, mind, mouth, power, congruency. Most people are going in reverse, man. You can see them. They're just going in reverse. No, we got to turn it around. Turn it around. By the way, please forgive me. I might have forgotten to say this. Gambling is A-L-I-E. Is that the right word? L-I-E? I think so. Don't bust my chops if I get that one wrong, right? I was thinking about Bruce Lee earlier, but this does sound like today, doesn't it? Who's bowing down? Who is worshiping this system? Oh, we're still worshiping in some form, but we got to get out of there. Bruce Lee said, fear not. Don't fear the man or the woman that has practiced 10,000 kicks. But fear the man or the woman. Of course, he didn't say it. I'm just adding to it, right? Soldier of self-mastery here. He said, fear the man or the woman that has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, my friend. We read from the Proverbs. We're getting down to the 30, 40-minute mark of this program. Time's going by quick. I hope you're taking some notes. I hope that you're getting something out of this. What have you practiced for at least 1,000 times? What have you practiced that you can honestly, don't answer me. Don't even put it in the comments unless you want to. At least 1,000 times. Well, I'm not Thomas Edison. I'm not trying to invent the light bulb. No, but you need to invent your light bulb. Right? I talked about this earlier. What's my job? You know what my job is and my life mission? Man, if I could just reach 100 men, 100 women that kind of think like I do. Militant mindset, but harmless as a dove. Harmless as a dove, wise as a serpent. And we fall. You know, King David in the Bible, you've got Paul was also a king. You've got Daniel, the prophet Daniel. You've got the prophet Jeremiah. You've got the prophet Noah, who built an ark. And the people did not believe him. They all made mistakes, man. They all fell hard, all of them. They all fell. They all sinned hard, every one of them. But that there's an unusualness about these individuals that you can tell. There's something about a person that's real. There's something about a person that's genuine. And these men had it. They practiced something 1,000 times. It was an inner worship, right? A worship of the master. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, man, they were found dancing in the fire. What's it says? It says, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? Can you imagine the king looks through a window and they say, well, wait a minute. We see the 4 men loose. They're walking in the fire and they don't have any hurt. And the fourth of the one, there's another one in there with them. He looks like the Son of God, is a form of the fourth. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Gabino. All right. Nobody has a question for me today. I'm done preaching, by the way. Shout out to Facebook. Oh, I do want to read something about the 7 human evolutionary needs. You know why most people, 99% of the population is struggling? 99% of the population is struggling because they can't tap into the 95-pounder. They can't, most people cannot tap into the 95%, into the 95-pounder. What is the 95? Our brains, according to scientists and researchers and discovery and research panels in some of these major universities, they say that 5% of our brain is right here, the thinking, right? We just use the conscious thinking. And then the subconscious, what's underneath, what's hidden, what is in the dark, under the water, like the submarine, stealth, like, right? Stealth, quietly just floating. 95% is the subconscious. Why does people, in order to create transformation, we have to be conscious? You must be present. What does it mean to be present? People are struggling today big time, struggling big time, big time. We have to be conscious. You have to be conscious and connect with our need. If we are not conscious in everything we do, then we are subject to default. What is default? Selection made usually automatically or without active consideration due to a lack of a viable alternative. What does that mean? That means that default is down. That means that default is negative. It means that we will be motivated by fear, which rarely gets good results. Experience the transformation in your life by reading and implementing the conversion of these evolutionary needs. Now, I went a little bit too far there, but what is all this? It means that if we're not in tune with our values, if we're not in tune with our emotional side, the spiritual, the mental, and the physical, you must be doing exercise every day. I don't care how you feel. You know what? I've come to the resolution in my own life, my back jacked up as it is, my shoulders been jacked up as it is. But one thing that I've been able to do is through some product that I've been taking, advanced bionutritionals, the perfect amino, I've been able to push myself. And you know, one thing that these guys were in the fire dancing. It says they were loose. They were dancing, right? That's a form of exercise. And dancing is a very good form of exercise because it uses your entire body. Here's my point. You need to push yourself. If you're struggling, if you've got a bad attitude, if you're going through the pit, if you're in the dark jungle, if you feel like shit inside, if you're going through shit, you got to exercise and you got to take action. You have to take action, right? Raise your standard, your value, look inside yourself, right? Mental. What is mental? Physical, and then spiritual, the emotional, that hidden side of yourself. We got to find it, right? Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, they did. And that's why I'm always reading the scripture, because I believe that the scripture, the proverb, is a very spiritual. Let me tell you something. I don't go to church. I ain't stepping foot in no church. I don't care if they paid me. I'm not doing it. I mean, would I speak from a pulpit? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I would, honestly. It's hard for me to step into a church, period, knowing what I know and understanding about the two kingdoms that I understand today. But I can tell you one thing. I focus on this every day. I may not spend enough time, but I'm feeding my soul. There's something about the proverb that is like a newspaper today. I mean, I don't know if you see this, but I do. There's another proverb that I may look at, you know, in the last days, perilous times shall come. Well, Santos, you sound like a preacher of doom and gloom. Well, it's not a preacher of doom and gloom. It's the fact that you need to be prepared, man. You can't just live your life buried like a monk someplace and it not. What are you going to do when it hits you like a red brick between the eyes, man? What are you going to do? You can't live in the apartment all your life. You got to get out there, right? We're going to have to get. What if the bottom drops out, man? Really? And sometimes it feels like the bottom's already dropped out a long time ago. We're just living in survival mode. Call it what you will, my friends. Someone liked your reply. I killed the effing desire. I don't have the desire any longer. You can too. No excuse will overturn me any longer. That was good. Someone liked my reply on YouTube there. All right, my friends, we're coming down to the wire. I'm getting a bit challenged here with some of my music because it's a little bit of a different tune today. Unknown Brain Superhero featuring Chris Linton. YouTube, don't shut me down, YouTube. This is credit. NCS, Unknown Brain Superhero featuring Chris Linton. You guys feel good tonight? We're going to have an excellent day tomorrow. By the way, I might have forgotten to say this. Gambling is a lie. Did I forget to say that? Slot winner. Something here. I'm working on that day by day. I'm battling. By the way, share my videos. Join the community. Listen, if you can contribute financially to this mission, if you can contribute money to this mission, do it. Especially if you're the type of person that's still gambling. You know, give to this mission. I'm helping people around the world, man. That's evident. So I'm going to invite you, right? If you're benefiting, plant your financial seed here. I guarantee you, you will be blessed by that. Now, you keep putting your money, and it doesn't matter if it's a slut machine. That's a fake love affair anyways. It's false, right? You could be putting your money into something else that's damaging. Because gambling can come in any different type of form. A relationship, you could be driving, it could be a car, it could be a business. Maybe you got something going on with somebody you're feeling really uneasy about. You've been going for a while. You just feel, you know what, inside yourself, you kind of feel like shit, right? Connect with this person, something shitty there, man. It's like my bullshit meter is real high. It's a gamble. Walk away from it. Don't you let them put a label on you. And I'm so glad you're here today, Laura. Safe trucking, my friend. Jim, what is up? Let me see. It is very difficult to understand purpose when I really question our existence. The reason when I don't trust society brainwashing. I'm so glad you're here. Sometimes I get Jim's questions. Jim's just like me. We're looking for answers every day. We're on a quest. We're on this journey. Are you? Life is not right. If we want it easy, I don't want it easy. Ari_GQ17. It's definitely an illusion. You bet, my friend. A lot of things are an illusion today. Right? All right, we're coming down to the end of this program, man. I hope that you guys got something. Did you guys get something out of this broadcast like I did? Man, I feel empowered. Whew. I am empowered. I don't feel it. I am empowered. Jim, we have to keep every day. We have to keep on keeping on. Like my mom said, keep on trucking. I remember my mom said to me, son, she had no idea what she was saying, but she said it anyways. Son, keep on trucking. Okay, Mom. That was a one-hit wonder statement she said to me one time, I guess. Isn't that amazing? Sometimes all you need is just one statement. I call them one-hit wonders. Like the music, remember? People sang one song and it just stuck. One-hit wonder, man. Maybe your one-hit wonder is gambling is a... Drum roll, please. Gambling is a... I hope it's sinking in there. It better. I want to hear from you in the next few days, in the next few weeks. Leave comments. Share my videos. I need help. Let's get it out of there. What if I died tomorrow? What if I died tomorrow? Would you share my videos then? Would you comment on my videos? Would you send me $5 to my funeral, to my velorio, if I died? Why not do it while I'm alive? Why not do it while I'm alive? You have a charitable contribution, I'll help you out in some way. I enjoy giving to St. Jude's. I enjoy giving. There's a ministry in Pakistan. I'm kind of reserved a little bit, but I give money there. Paralyzed Veterans of America. They're always sending me they send me the awards. I appreciate the awards and the plaques that they send me. Thank you for your, we got to get it out there, man. Money is a tool. All right, what are we going to do? Thank you for sharing and caring. Thank you for being a community member. If you're not, join SciTech right there. Join it. Write down SciTech. Stay in touch. Email communication. SciTech. And get your exercise in this week. I don't care if you're hurting. Do something. Walk. My book. Let me see. Where's my book at? Somewhere in here. You can pick up a copy of my book on Amazon. Just go to the little red book there on Amazon. And you can get a copy. Christmas is coming. They make a great gift. And not only that, if you're bored, this is really good to pick up while you're bored. Yes. Go to my soldiersofselfmastery.com. My website is, I don't know. I've got people working on my website. I've got people doing, I don't even know what they're doing anymore. I'll wait to see what happens. And if it all crashes and falls, at least I can do YouTube, right? Thank you for your contribution. Thank you. Laura, thank you for hanging out with me. Jim, thank you for hanging out. Ari _ GQ17, thank you for hanging out. Gabino, thank you for hanging out. Shout out to Facebook. There might be somebody there still watching on Facebook. Appreciate you on the other side. Hope that you walked away with something that you can make happen for Monday. And stay away. You know what I mean? Stay away from the snake or it'll bite you. You know what snakes we're talking about here. Gambling's a lie. Gambling's a lie. Gambling's a lie. Who else was here with me? Gabino, Barrera, and Irene, I missed you there. Irene, shout out to Irene. Let me see. We're getting a few numbers climbing up. Rich Sapani reminds me of a great Italian restaurant where they serve something real yummy, some Italian dish that's real I'm hungry, man. Let me see who else was with us. I guess that's it. StreamYard, want to thank you guys for being. Any question? Got another question before we let go here? What is my call to action? You know what my call to action is? Number one, share and care. Join the community. Become a member if you're not. Meet me through SciTech. And don't bow down. Don't bow down. Just don't bow. Hold on to the values that you have in your life, man. It may cost you. It may cost you. uh, learn about the 95 pounder. If you're struggling, right? You're struggling. You got that snake. You got that serpent, man. You got that poison nipping at your bud. What do? You move away from it, man. You back off. Whoa, I see it. Repetition. Remember Bruce Lee? Don't fear the person that practiced 10,000 times. Man, I wrote in my journal 10,000 times. Well, that might be good. No, but I wrote one thing consistently for 10,000 times. And guess what? That changed me. It changed me. All right, my friends. You are helping people, Santos. God is by your side. Your blessing is coming. Thank you. I received my blessing. Guys. Hey, you guys go out and make it happen, all right? I'll see you at the top on the inside on my very next one. I'm going to give you one more question here with the next few seconds. If not, 41, we've got about another 3 minutes left on the program. 30 to 45 minutes of mind optimization. I am the world's #1 problem gambling interventionist. Santos Rolon Jr. Efrain Gutierrez, thank you for the thanks, man. Laura, thank you. I appreciate that kindly. All right, my friends. One more here. Let me see. I have a vague idea of purpose. I guess it is to have good feelings and perhaps peace of mind. Next broadcast that I have will probably be Wednesday or Thursday, or I might be doing a morning broadcast. I probably will do a morning broadcast, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, possibly. We're going to talk about the evolutionary needs and understand, maybe we can understand a little bit more about the human struggle that we might find ourselves in. We'll talk a little bit more about that. So, we did get a question. How do you stay motivated to help people? Anonymous Vaughn, thank you for the question there. How do you stay motivated to help people? I've been practicing that one thing, right, 1,000, 2,000 times. And the one thing that I practice is self-mastery. I have an addiction to self-mastery. I have an addiction to reading a little bit. I have an addiction to writing. I have an addiction to making videos. I have an addiction to looking inside myself. Because if you don't look inside yourself, you can be in videos, and after a while, people will see through your bullshit. You got to cover shit up. You got to cover lies and, exaggerations. I may exaggerate every once in a while if I don't get something right, but it's not intentional. You know what I mean? And that's who you want on your side. That's who you want as a community leader. You want a person that has that kind of integrity, that kind of accountability, that's willing to say, you know what, I fucked up. But here's the thing. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that anymore. Right? I'm not. And I enjoy saying this, man, but I've killed the desire for gamble in many areas of my life. So therefore, I know for a fact that I can help another human being kill those desires in their life too. That makes sense because you cannot give what you don't have. You cannot give. Anyhow, my friends, I will see you at the top on the inside. It takes courage for you to be you. It takes courage to follow me. Strength through peace, right? Strength through peace, not from the bottom of my heart bullshit stuff, from the top, man. Come on, I want you to have the best. I don't want to give you at the fucking bottom. People say, oh, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Really? Fuck. Why can't you love me from the top, man? Right? Doesn't the cream rise? I think it's like that. The cream rises. If the cream's any good, it rises to the top. Or all boats, all yachts rise together when the tide rises. One. Until my next one. Hopefully I got that answer out to you, my friend. 46, we're done with our program. I'll see you at the top on the inside on my next one, my friend. At the top on the inside. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. I might have forgotten to say this. Gambling's a lie.